In this edition of Upfront, we'll introduce you to the newest partner in the USCS family of companies and take you to Harrison, Arkansas to join in on the celebration. Next, find out what changes are taking place at IBS in preparation for the new factory, IBS 2. Plus, our corporate temperature. Now that the results of the employee survey are back, we'll tell you what happens next. And finally, you'll get a chance to see the elusive story featuring USCS, produced by NBC Nightly News. With signatures on the dotted line, two companies agree to create a powerful partnership in the cable industry. CUO Incorporated, formerly Computer Utilities of the Ozarks, is now part of the U.S. Computer Services family. CUO first began 21 years ago in Harrison, Arkansas, providing payroll, accounts receivable and payable, and general ledger services for local businesses. Similar to CableData's own history, one of CUO's early customers was a local cable company.
CUO, may I help you?
Today, CUO is committed primarily to the cable industry. Their software product, CableWorks, is marketed as the solution for cable operators with 25,000 subscribers or less. CableWorks is a PC-based product designed for its flexibility and easy operation, according to CUO founder and president Herb Lair.
I think we have a mainstream product when we went to the PC and network solution, and it's the open access to the information. It's essentially a non-proprietary environment where information can flow into other productivity tools without having to do conversions, and information can be utilized and summarized in existing applications and existing products. The acceptance of that product and the opportunities to go international with it because of not having to worry about obviously issues of proprietary operating systems that would preclude us from working with customers in other countries, I think has given us a great opportunity to work in that situation.
To date, CUO is successfully doing business in many international markets, with more on the way as CableData International opens additional doors through their contacts. Vice President Randy Linticum, the architect behind the merger, says there are many more opportunities for the CableWorks product in the U.S. as well.
And the idea here is that there are many of our customers today where we have gone in and satisfied their large system requirements, but they still have cable operations in cable companies that are at the smaller end that we can't satisfy with DDP SQL. So I think there's a real opportunity here to go into some of our major customers and say, we now have a total solution for you.
In fact, opportunities exist to move some of CUO's existing customers to IBS for billing services.
Today, CUO has about 2 million subscribers on their system, and they're in roughly 200 sites. So they have a fairly interesting market presence. And these 2 million subscribers today, none of them, to our knowledge, use IBS for print production. So there's an opportunity here to go in and market and sell to these customers and to be able to leverage our billing services capability into the CUO customer base. And we think that's an important part of this partnership, and certainly one of the first priorities that we'll be working with as we move forward.
I think for us, it gives us the resources to go after markets that we could not go after before, and we've been in a passive marketing. Our situation has been that we are a relatively small company, so the marketing aspect is that they come to us. Well, this opportunity gives us to go after in an active mode customers in the foreign markets particularly, obviously opportunities even in the U.S. down in the future. So I think the fact that we're looking at scalable solutions, whether you're talking with Microsoft or you're talking with people in foreign countries, is an important part of the growth for both companies at this point, and I think it's got positive influences because they complement each other so distinctly as far as our product and what we serve and what CableData has served in the past. So I think it's a great opportunity for both companies at this time.
On this historic occasion, a press conference was held in Harrison to announce the merger. And later that evening, USCS hosted a dinner for employees to celebrate. Currently, CUO has a staff of about 10 individuals with plans to increase the operation in Harrison over the next several years. With a positive outlook ahead, U.S. Computer Services welcomes CUO and its employees and looks forward to a successful partnership. The name of the game at IBS lately is growth, specifically planning and making room for it anywhere possible. Walk through IBS and you'll see areas changing right before your eyes. All of this, according to Vice President Carl Turner, is in preparation for a second IBS facility and the enormous growth that's being experienced.
As you can see, we're more or less busting at the seams. It's month end here, so we're probably busier right now than we've ever been in the history of IBS, period. Right here we're in the middle of what used to be some warehouse space. This area that we're standing in was actually high-density storage for forms and envelopes, probably not more than a month ago. What you see now is you see cut sheet integrated systems being installed. These are being installed to accommodate the growing needs of our customers. To get these installed, obviously we had to move the material that I mentioned being stored here to a different facility. So we've located some space in Rancho Cordova that we're setting up a temporary warehouse.
This facility at Mill Station in Rancho Cordova currently holds bulk materials. However, in the near future, it may house some production lines. Down the street from IBS, purchasing, materials management, and the HR Employment Education Center are already up and functioning. Construction, timetables, and plans are being carefully prepared in order to accommodate the projected growth and new business opportunities for both the old and new facilities.
I can tell you October is a key time frame for production equipment being online and ready for business, and I can see that probably IBS 2 in its entirety coming online and being ready to occupy looks like probably spring of next year. Well, what you see today you'll still see very much of. We don't intend to take anything out of IBS 1 in its entirety. In other words, our product lines are cut sheet integrated, our continuous forms integrated, and our continuous forms non-integrated. We will continue to produce all three product lines from IBS 1. We will incorporate principally cut sheet integrated and continuous forms integrated in IBS 2, and we will back each other up 1 and 2 respectively.
While IBS will be experiencing growing pains between now and next spring, for employees and the community, opportunities will be far-reaching.
As far as opportunities go, Rena, there's going to be a tremendous amount of opportunities with IBS 2 coming up. It's essentially allowing us to double our production capability. When IBS 2 is full, it will have 60 units of production in it. Those 60 units of production will be operated 4 shifts. So it gives you some idea of the magnitude of machine operator jobs, mechanics, technician jobs, the infrastructure support functions of food service, safety, security, health services, no different than what you see at IBS 1. In my opinion, it's a major impact or effect, a positive effect on the community, in the neighborhood of maybe 500 new jobs in the coming months. To the employee base, opportunities, new management positions, new supervisor positions, new opportunities in all areas relative to production and supporting production.
In the meantime, Carl says management very much appreciates the hard work and extra effort everyone is putting into making IBS 2 a reality and hopes your dedication will continue.
I like to think we're all going to have fun doing it. We're going to work real hard, but we're going to have fun doing it too.
What'd you think of the survey itself?
Basically, it was pretty good. It asked a lot of questions, covered a lot of grounds. A lot of similar questions were throughout the whole survey.
The impromptu comments are very important, and that gives an open field for the employees to, rather than having just yes or no or needs improvement.
I think that they're actually applying the information that they're getting from the survey and improving the conditions or the morality or whatever they feel needs to be improved upon. And I think they've done that in the past years.
Actually, it's the first time I've had the opportunity to participate in an employee survey. The previous company that I worked for didn't have that type of offering for the employees, and I think it's a good idea so that management and the employees can get a good repertoire.
Every 2 years is good because of the new changes and new employees.
A lot of us feel like we don't talk to each other enough from group to group, and then from management to line people, that there's a need for continued communication, especially with the growth and the change that we're experiencing.
I think everybody needs to express their feelings about the company, and it gives them a chance to do it if they want to or not.
Some 1,300 employees voiced their opinions during the biannual USCS employee survey. Human Resources Vice President Randy Gorel and his staff oversee the survey's implementation and communication, which are highly valued by the entire executive team. HR's plan is to continue to survey employees every 2 years. Since June, HR has directed meetings like this, or sometimes relying on department directors or managers, to share the survey results with employees. Heading up the survey team are Human Resources Director Bob Couch and Jim Coster.
The overall survey was up, for the company. It was a real positive for us to see that, because with all the changes that have taken place and just the overall increased workload that the whole company is under, the survey came out rather well, better than 92, so there was an increase.
Some areas we are most proud of include how hardworking we are, our industry leadership, our products and services, our commitment to customer service, the billing facility, our management strength, and benefits.
The benefits in 1992, when we did the survey in April, we had just a few months previously basically changed plans from what used to be a 100-0 plan, if you will, to a 90-10, which is still better than most in the world, but it was still, for the people that were there at the time, a decrease in benefits, if you will, or a diminution. What has happened since then, and we see it as negative in 1992. 1994 comes around, we've hired more people that have been exposed to other areas of the world, if you will, or other companies and their benefits plans. And I think enough time has passed for the people that were here to look around and say, it's not what it used to be, certainly, but it's much more positive and better than other companies.
I think the management strength was another area. I think that was viewed as a weakness in 92. And I think the fact that management strength is now viewed as a positive is an example of where we've worked smarter and also made some changes that have directly affected each employee.
There were also areas which employees feel need improvement, such as more communication, fairness of compensation, the red zone or being stretched too thin, career opportunities, and more training.
We are going to make a concentrated effort towards training in 1995. Again, I alluded earlier to, teach me how to be a better programmer, teach me how to be a better customer service person, and so on. I think we're going to make a recommitment to the corporate training that we had a couple of years ago that kind of fell by the wayside as the company grew and changed and so on. I know there are plans in our department to have a, corporate training function in place by, I believe, the end of the first quarter of 1995. So I think that's going to address an immediate need right off the bat.
After 1992, it was I think that one of the grinding or one of the great themes, if you will, that came out from a fix-it standpoint were those talk